I read this report, so you didn't have to. The World Economic Forum just released a report that should terrify you and excite you in equal measures. It's called 4 Futures for Jobs in the New Economy, AI and Talent in 2030. And it maps out exactly what your career could look like just 5 years from now. And it's scary. Some of these scenarios are really scary. So WEF are talking to CEOs, strategy officers, and industry leaders across every sector. And all they're saying is this: we are not just facing change, we are facing 4 completely different possible futures. And which one we end up in will determine whether you're leading the new economy or you're left behind. So, the 2 forces shaping your future. This report identifies 2 critical factors that will determine which future we are heading towards. The first is AI advancement, specifically whether AI progresses incrementally, like we've seen with most technologies, or exponentially, with breakthrough after breakthrough that fundamentally reshapes how work gets done. The second factor is workforce readiness, whether people like you and me develop the skills to work alongside AI, or whether we are caught flat-footed when the technology arrives. Now, that is what makes this fascinating. These 2 forces don't just create one future, they create 4 completely distinct scenarios, each with wildly different implications for your career, your income, and your opportunities. And depending on which future unfolds, you could be orchestrating teams of AI agents, or you can be displaced from your job entirely, or you'll be augmenting your work with AI co-pilots, or you'll be stuck in a stagnant economy where nobody wins. So the report projects that by 2030, we'll see 170 million new jobs created globally, and in the same time, we're going to have 92 million existing jobs that will disappear. The question isn't whether change is coming, it's whether you will be ready for it. So the 4 futures we are racing towards are: Scenario 1, it's called supercharged progress. In this scenario, AI breakthroughs happen faster than anyone expects, and the workforce adapts quickly. Productivity soars, new industry emerge overnight, but here is the catch. Many jobs disappear entirely, replaced by humans managing portfolio of AI agents. You're not doing the work anymore, you're orchestrating machines that do it for you. So you can imagine social safety nets can't keep up. Scenario 2, the age of displacement. This is actually the nightmare scenario. In it, AI advances exponentially, but people can't adapt fast enough. Businesses automate everything they can as fast as possible, and workers get displaced faster than they can retrain. Unemployment spikes. Consumer confidence collapses. Entire occupations vanish. The economy grows technologically, but fractures socially. This is what happens when we get the technology without the preparation. And now scenario 3. It's called co-pilot economy. This is the very optimistic middle ground. AI progresses steadily, but not explosively, and people develop AI skills in time to adapt. Human-AI collaboration becomes the norm, so you're not replaced by AI, you're augmented by it. Tasks that used to take hours now take minutes. New hybrid roles emerge, productivity climbs, but gradually. This is the future where AI becomes a tool that makes you more valuable, not obsolete. And the last scenario, scenario 4. It is called stalled progress. This is where AI advances, but slowly, and the workforce still isn't ready. Productivity gains are patchy, and businesses automate where they can to fill talent gaps, but it's messy and inefficient. The economy bifurcates. Companies and countries with AI expertise pull ahead, while everyone else falls behind, which leads to inequality widening, growth stagnating. The promise of AI-driven prosperity fades into frustration. Now, here's what is critical to understand. We don't know which of these futures we're heading toward. But the choices we make today as individuals, as businesses, as societies will determine which one we get. What the data is actually telling us. Let me give you some numbers that will put all this that I just spoke about in perspective. Right now, businesses are using AI in at least one function in a rate of 88%, and this is up from 55% just 3 years ago. The adoption curve is steeper than almost any technology in history. LinkedIn reports that demand for AI literacy skills increased by 70% in a single year, from 2024 to 2025. Not over a decade, in 1 year. The World Economic Forum surveyed over 10,000 executives globally, and 45% said they expect AI to increase profit margins. That's nearly half of business leaders looking at AI as a way to boost their bottom line. But when asked if AI would lead to higher wages, only 12% said yes. And here's what this actually means and what that tells us. Businesses see AI as a way to do more with less. More output, fewer workers, higher margins. Whether that's good or bad depends entirely on which side of the equation you're on. And here is the part that should get your attention. By 2030, more than 40% of the skills you have today will have changed or become obsolete. That's not a projection from some, fringe futurists. That's the baseline expectation from industry leaders. The half-life of skill is shrinking. That's obvious. What you learned 5 years ago might already be outdated, and what you learn today might be totally irrelevant by 2028. The question is, are you building skills that compound and adapt, or are you investing in knowledge that's about to be automated anyway? The skills that will matter no matter what future we get. So what do you actually do with this information? The report identified several no-regret strategies, moves you can make today that will serve you well in any of the 4 scenarios. So first is start small, build fast, scale what works. Don't wait for the perfect AI tool or the perfect plan. Experiment with AI in low-risk ways. Learn how it works, understand its strengths and its limitations. The people who thrive in the AI-driven economy aren't the ones who waited until they felt ready. They're the ones who started messy and learned by doing. Second, align your technology skills with your talent strategy. AI isn't just a tool, it's a collaborator. Learning to prompt AI, direct it, and integrate it into your workflow is becoming as essential as learning to use email was 20 years ago. If you're not experimenting with AI tools right now, you're already behind. Third, invest in human-AI collaboration. The future isn't humans versus machines. It's humans with machines versus humans without machines. Learn how to augment your work with AI. Figure out which tasks AI can handle and which require your unique judgment, creativity, and expertise. Fourth, anticipate talent needs and future-proof your skill set. Use AI itself to identify emerging gaps in your industry. What skills are rising in demand? What roles are being created? What capabilities will differentiate you in 5 years? Don't just react to change, predict it and position yourself ahead of it. And finally, build multi-generational workflows and strategic partnerships. Learn from people who are ahead of you. Teach people who are behind you. The most resilient workers aren't lone wolves. They are connected to networks that share knowledge, opportunities, and support. The choice we are all facing right now. Here's the truth that the World Economic Forum report makes crystal clear. We are not facing one future, and the one we get depends on decisions being made right now by governments, by businesses, and by you. In the supercharged progress scenario, you could be managing fleets of AI agents, earning more than ever because you learned to orchestrate technology instead of competing with it. In the age of the displacement scenario, you could be one of of millions struggling to find your place in the economy that automated faster than you can adapt. In the co-pilot economy, you could be augmenting your expertise with AI, doing in 30 minutes what used to take all day, and becoming more valuable because you mastered collaboration with machines. In the stalled progress scenario, you could be stuck in a bifurcated economy, watching opportunities concentrate in the hands of those who got AI ready while everyone else stagnated. Which future you end up in isn't random. It's not luck. It's the result of choices you make today. The report says this explicitly. The people who invest in AI readiness, who build adaptive skill sets, who learn to collaborate with emerging technologies, they're the ones who thrive across every scenario. The ones who waited, who assumed things would stay the same, or who were driving against the chain, who bet on business as usual, they're the ones left behind. 5 years from now, we'll know which of these 4 futures we're living in. But here's the thing, you won't be wondering where you stand. You will know, because you either have spent these 5 years preparing and adapting and building the skills that matter, or you have spent them hoping the change wouldn't come as fast as everyone said it would. So the World Economic Forum is telling us, in the clearest term possible, that we're at a turning point. Not in 10 years, not someday, right now. 170 million new jobs will be created by 2030, 92 million will disappear. The question isn't whether this transformation is happening, it's whether you're positioning yourself to capture the opportunities, or whether you're going to be caught in the displacement. By 2030, more than 40% of your skills will have changed. AI literacy demand is already up 70% year over year, and businesses are automating faster than ever. And the gap between those who adapt and those who don't is widening every single day. So here's my question to you. 5 years from now, when you look back at this moment, what will you wish you had started today? Will you wish you'd experimented with AI tools, built new skills, taken that course, had that conversation, made the strategic move? Because the future isn't something that happens to you, it's something you build. And the World Economic Forum just handed you the blueprint for 4 possible futures. The only question left is, which one are you building toward? Don't wait until AI is everywhere and you're scrambling to catch up. Don't wait until your industry gets disrupted and you're figuring out your next move from a position of desperation. Start now. If this video has you thinking differently about your career and the changes ahead, I've got something that will help. Check out my video on how every generation can handle the upcoming change. It breaks down specific strategies for adapting to AI economy no matter where you're starting from.